Good morning, everyone. Another short episode of Turtly Wild. Today we're going to be talking about Sacalia, Beals eye turtles, but I wanted to give you a quick update on our new greenhouse. Just real quick. So this is going to be for our subtropical turtles. This is right, we don't let it get really below 70 degrees in there. This one, we'll let it get down to about 40. So those turtles that need to cycle some Kiora, big head, Sacalia, they can do so. But we'll have this one set up for subtropical, and hopefully it'll be done sometime in January. We can start filling it with some new species for our colony here. So just a quick update, and now we'll get on to turtles. Hello everyone. Yeah, super excited about that subtropical greenhouse. These Beals eye turtles will eventually move and transition up in the greenhouse. Once we get it up and running and figure out how to keep the tent where we want it, will be moved up there, and these will hopefully become some of our breeding groups. Now, these are offspring of the adults we have. We're going to try to trade these for some different bloodlines of Beals and maybe for some quadricelata, because we don't have that species yet, so that'll be cool. But this is last year. So last year we had 3 hatchlings, 1, 2, 3. All of them survived, so that was great. 3 eggs, 3 hatchlings, can't complain about that. And then this year we had 3 eggs but only 2 hatched, but hey, that's still pretty good. And so we're just going to look at, and same setup for all of them, but look at the comparison in size. All right, you can see the water is deeper in these older ones, than it is for the hatchlings. Look at that, doubled in size, more than doubled in weight. So, very basic setup. If you have any of these, or you buy one that's young, basic setup. I mean, you can do it however you want, but you can give them more area, which is a basic setup. Some plastic plants, easy to clean, some driftwood, places for them to hide, right? You want to have multiple places for them to hide if you have more than one in an enclosure, so they can feel safe. And we feed them Missouri pre-made diets. We also feed them the little bloodworms, and they tend to like them in some mealworms. But and we'll also feed them some fruits and vegetables, because really that's what they eat a lot in the wild, is some fruits and vegetables, at least from what we know about them in the wild. All right, so you can see that one's trying to get in there and hide. And you can see the level here is deeper. This is a couple inches, and that's deep enough to where if they flip over on their back, crawling off of something, they can easily flip back over, right? It's not going to prevent them from flipping over, because the water's too shallow, they get stuck in the back, and they can't, especially with the slick bottom, they can't flip themselves back over and they can drown. But this is deep enough where they sit on their back legs, they can still reach their head out and breathe. If they do flip over, they can flip themselves back over. They have plenty of depth to get their body back over completely underwater. And then for the adults, or the hatchlings, it's a little shallower, but still deep enough where they flip themselves over, they can right themselves underwater. And we've got these two in here together. We'll keep them like this for a while until they get a little bit bigger, then we'll separate them. But you can see they didn't eat all the bloodworms. They gotta eat, you gotta eat to grow. But you can see those eye spots so clearly on them, even when they are young. Now, when they first hatch out, in the other video we showed you, right, they have this kind of orange, bright orange, reddish belly. They almost look like a Mormy's Niagara cans with that bright red belly. And then within a few weeks, it goes away and gets back to this kind of pale yellow color. But the eye spots, I mean, they're out when they're young. They have that same color pattern on their eye spots, regardless of their age. So, cool. Our second year of hatching these out was this year. These are about 4 months old versus last year's, which are now, almost a year and a half old. And they're growing well. This is a simple setup. And we have this light. It's not a UVB light. From our understanding, they don't bask a lot in the field or in the wild. So we just have this on them so they have day and night cycles. But if you wanted to put a UV light up, of course it's not going to hurt them. I don't think it needs to be a very strong UV light. But if you wanted to put one up, it's not going to hurt them. But these things hardly, they do bask, but it's hardly ever. So we don't really have that UV light for them right now. But their food is fortified with calcium and vitamin D3 as well. And once again, these guys right here, they're not doing very well in the wild. There's a few populations left right up here in central China and Hunan, in that area kind of there. And then over here in Hong Kong, there's still a few streams, but they're getting poached out pretty quick. And then up in Guangdong, Fujian, there's a couple places there where there's still some, but the populations are severely depleted. So limited range, I mean a decent sized range, right? They're down here in Hong Kong, and then they come up almost up here in Anhui, and then down over this way. But all the populations are severely depleted, or many are extirpated already, and that's just how it goes for Asian turtle species right now. But we're trying to get some more field work, and figure out how we can protect the last remaining populations. Alright, so that's all for our Sacalia video for today. I hope you liked it, learned a few things. Simple enclosures, easy to clean, easy to check on, make sure the water depth is right. And that's all they really need. They don't really need a basking spot. I mean, you can put a basking spot out there. They are known to sit out, but a lot of times it's at night. But they have been recorded during the day, talking to villagers. They've seen them out. Well, Sacalia quantus a lot. I've seen them out on a rock, maybe sunning on a cooler day. So UV light's not necessary, I don't think, in my opinion, but it's not going to hurt them if you have it. So if you want to just be extra careful, extra safe, it's not going to matter if you put one out there for them. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and getting to see some really cute turtles. All right, y'all have a good one.